Trucker Television is brought to you by Locomote Systems, Transportation Specialists. Trucker Television Advertising, speaking to truckers like no other. Caravan Logistics, a family company hiring family-minded drivers. Trucker Television, by truckers for truckers. Celebrating life on the road. This week on Trucker Television, the best of the trucking world. A different type of trucking. All the big trucking shows. But first, Rig of the Week.
Way off base, but down here's right on track.
I pull a 53-foot step deck trailer, triaxle. Tractor that it's pulling today is a 1999 International Eagle with an N14 Cummins 460 horse, 18 speed, 390 gears on 24/5 rubber. Works pretty good, not bad for an old girl.
I've lied and I've messed up, done my fair share of you know what, but I don't try.
Our specialties, all the over-dimensional stuff. You never know what's going to be on the deck. We haul tall, we haul long, we haul wide. Anything that'll go on a flatbed or a step deck, you can actually do pretty good with the medium-sized stuff. It's just, you get a good dispatch team behind you and they actually know their stuff. You're off to the races. There's money to be made. You don't have to haul heavy to make money.
Sunday church, live it up again with a six-pack smile of mine that's getting all the blame.
Just got back from Snow Lake, Manitoba. I took a control panel up for one of the mines that were up there, and that was a pretty interesting journey. It's 769 kilometers north of Winnipeg, up by Flin Flon and Thompson, kind of stuck right in the middle.
My daughter is she wants to be an ecological engineer. So I thought it might be cool. I brought back a rock from way up north, right? And another one I climbed down on my first trip out. I stopped at one of the pull-offs and I climbed down the embankment there right to the shores of Lake Superior, and I picked one out from between the boulders that were on the shore. Figured nobody's ever touched it before. It's just kind of a souvenir for my first trip. And then a friend of ours was born in St. Basile, Winnipeg. She heard I was going up there. She said, "I've never been back. Can you get me a rock?" So I got her two because I didn't know if she wanted a big one or a little one. She got two for her collection. Kind of a sentimental thing, but what the hell, why not?
That was a good journey.
I've messed up, done my fair share of you know what. I don't try to deny mistakes I've made.
I'm third generation. I grew up around these trucks. It's in the blood. Like I spent the first 5 years of my life in the passenger seat training for this job. My grandfather drove, my dad drove, my uncle drove, my other uncle drove. So kind of a family tradition. Mom's a dispatcher. We're all in the game. When I first started, I pulled a gravel hopper around, a tandem hopper, and I worked my way up. Pulled a van when gravel wasn't working, and then I went right to steel. I've been on flatbed ever since. So it takes a knack. Like a lot of guys can open doors and back into a dock, but to actually take something that's a little over-dimensional and out of the ordinary, secure it to the deck and know that you're going to get down to your destination in one piece and the load's going to make it there on time. It's a good feeling. If you're running north and west and all that stuff, you wake up in the morning, sun's coming up over the mountains, you get that glitter off the lake, that's trucking. That's what it's all about.
Way off base, but down here's right on track. Life's race,
After the break, I know what I gotta do. More trucker television, more trucking.
Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division. Join the winning team. Tank Industry Leaders. A professional company with professional drivers. Late model equipment. Local and regional hauling. Now hiring professional drivers. A great place to work. Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division.
Trucker television, by truckers for truckers. Celebrating life on the road. Trucker television advertising. Speaking to truckers like no other. Oh yeah, always remember, watch for the brake checks.
It's the #1 training facility for motorcycle mechanics in Canada. The course here is amazing. The teachers are amazing. This is where it's at.
Ontario Truck Driving School. Training for your future. Your path to success. Thousands of jobs.
Welcome to Biker TV, by bikers, for bikers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road on Biker TV.
Advanced welding techniques, training for success. Come see our new virtual training lab at advancedwelding.ca.
Closed captioning, brought to you by Laidlaw Tank LP, #1 in Canada.
Long combination vehicles, first time that I drove them, and you look back in that mirror and you go, oh my God, that looks like it's in another postal code. It's that far back. But you get very comfortable with them, but not to the point of being complacent. You're always aware of your surroundings. You truly, by driving LCVs, makes you a much more professional and defensive driver, because you're always looking forward, because you don't have the maneuverability that a car does, where you can quickly change lanes because there's something on your shoulder. With an LCV, you're taking up a lot of roadway. So when you have to change lanes, it has to be very planned. Sudden movements just don't really work with them. We run an A-train configuration. So what that means is we have the tractor, the trailer. There's a set of wheels in the middle, we call it the converter dolly, and then the rear trailer. The lead trailer has to be specially equipped at the rear with a pintle hook, air lines, and those type of apparatus to hook the converter dolly, which then will carry the trailer. There is an added cost. There is a safety component. You really need to make sure you've done everything properly at that, because that's what's keeping your trailer and your LCV together. The safety record of long combination vehicles rivals that of school buses. We've been operating not only here in Ontario, but also in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, and we have yet to have an LCV incident on the road in over 3 years. Bigger, better. We go from terminal to terminal, or location to location. We don't go to customer. The reason being is because they're too big. Most of our customer yards or locations, their dock won't support us to get in there, or their parking lot, whatever it may be. So we run terminal to terminal. At the terminal, then the load gets delivered. In our yard right now, there's one LCV that's hooked up and waiting to go. But it was freight that was brought to here, 2 trailers brought to here. It's been put together and now it will be moved on to the next terminal. There's great efficiencies with respect to fuel efficiency, less wear and tear on the roads, and obviously less cost with respect to equipment. You can move 2 trailers with 1 truck opposed to 2. Ultimately, it's just a more efficient manner in the way to move freight. Very regulated. Not everybody can do it. Not every company can do it. And also, in turn, not every driver can do it. Whenever we train people, we always let them back them up. They can usually get them back about 30, 40 feet and they turn into an accordion. But that's just to show them that they can. In a lot of instances, moving back 30 to 40 feet will get you out of a situation where you made that turn, it was all safe, and then all of a sudden something now is impeding your progress and you can't go forward. So you can pull back and get things sorted out. With time and experience, you can back them up to fairways. I think with the infrastructure and the way it's designed here in Ontario, and with the traffic patterns and volumes, I don't think we'll ever see 3. However, in Saskatchewan, they were actually running triples. 353-foot trailers, I think it's only 2 carriers, and it's only between Regina and Saskatoon, so it's quite small in its scope.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to Biker TV, by bikers, for bikers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road on Biker TV.
Advanced welding techniques, training for success. Come see our new virtual training lab at advancedwelding.ca.
Trucker Television, by truckers, for truckers. Celebrating life on the road. Trucker Television advertising. Speaking to truckers like no other. Oh yeah, always remember, watch for the brake checks.
Ontario Truck Driving School. Training for your future. Your path to success. Thousands of jobs.
Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division. Join the winning team. Tank Industry Leaders. A professional company with professional drivers. Late model equipment. Local and regional hauling. Now hiring professional drivers. A great place to work. Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division.
It's the #1 training facility for motorcycle mechanics in Canada. The course here is amazing. The teachers are amazing. This is where it's at.
1 in 9 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. In the past 25 years, though, with more effective treatment, better treatment options, and the improvements in mammograms, we are able to diagnose earlier, and with that, the incidence of breast cancer deaths has reduced by about 40%. So we still have a lot of work to do, but it's very important that mammograms are part of the process, and that's what we're here to promote.
And I feel no pain, every beat of my heart.
We started off at the Fifth Wheel Truck Stop in Dorchester, and there we have a complimentary breakfast, registrations, meet and greet. The drivers start decorating their trucks. As you see, a lot of them are still pinked out. They didn't blow away on the highway. And then our goal is to be here for the main celebrations, where we have live entertainment, barbecue, silent auction, and 100% of what we do goes to the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation of Ontario.
This is my second year participating in Trucking for a Cure. I lost my mother to breast cancer, and I'm also a cancer survivor. So it means a lot to me to find a cure for it. And I was able to get a couple of sponsors, so I'm quite proud of myself and working hard, and I'm looking forward to the next few years, hopefully get rid of cancer.
I'm an 8-year survivor of breast cancer, and I'm involved in this group because I work with the trucking industry as an oversized load escort. So they had asked me if I would like to join them today and maybe escort the convoy down the highway.
It's supposed to look like an angel, and the idea I had in my head and what turned out are two different things. But I was in a really bad accident a couple years ago, and you know how they say you have guardian angels? I got a flock of them, so I figured I'd make my truck an angel and try and do good. Earth angels help out with things like this, cancer.
Every year we're going up in the numbers of drivers participating, so we know we're getting the message out there. We're involving ourselves in more trucking events across southern Ontario. It's just as important not to raise money for the foundation, but it's also just as important to spread awareness about breast cancer. And every year we see an increase in our drivers participating and our sponsors, and just the spectators coming out, taking part in the event and everything.
Severe Propane has been involved for about 4 years with the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. We have 5 of these pink and white trucks across Canada, and they all generate revenue donations based on our deliveries from our customers. So it's been really great support. We've had a lot of activity, and vendors and staff step up and support us, and we're fortunate enough to be able to be the lead truck in the convoy this year. I'm really excited about that. That's awesome.
We started a campaign back in 10. We basically dollar for dollar matching with our employees, and we've got 13 locations across the province. So it took a little while to get the word spread across the company, but most of our employees are on board, and we dollar match that dollar for dollar.
That is what we are. No one in between.
We're a volunteer-led organization. Without the volunteers around the communities, we wouldn't be able to make the impact that we do make in creating a future without breast cancer. So with the support of our community event organizer here today, Joanne, we're able to extend our message and extend the awareness of our cause throughout the transportation industry. And it's all because of those volunteer leaders like Joanne that we're able to make that difference.
I have been working with Joanne Milan here for the past 3 years on the Trucking for a Cure, and they have done a phenomenal job in raising funds for the foundation. In 2 years, over $80,000 has been raised on behalf of the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation.
You get your mammogram, you wait for your results. There's nothing to worry about. It's more, you may be concerned, but carry on with life, and you'll be in very good hands. Don't sweat the small stuff. Somewhere along the line, somebody will guide you in the right direction.
what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other.
After the break, more Trucker Television. Coffee.
It's the #1 training facility for motorcycle mechanics in Canada. The course here is amazing. The teachers are amazing. This is where it's at.
Trucker Television. By truckers, for truckers. Celebrating life on the road. Trucker Television advertising. Speaking to truckers like no other. Oh yeah, always remember, watch for the brake checks.
Advanced welding techniques. Training for success. Come see our new virtual training lab at advancedwelding.ca.
Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division. Join the winning team. Tank Industry Leaders. A professional company with professional drivers. Late model equipment. Local and regional hauling. Now hiring professional drivers. A great place to work. Laidlaw Carriers Tank Division.
Welcome to Biker TV. By bikers, for bikers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road on Biker TV.
Ontario Truck Driving School. Training for your future. Your path to success. Thousands of jobs.
We're basically a one-stop shop when it comes to transportation services. Everything from logistics services, rail, modal, ships, air, and then anything over the road. If you can haul it on a truck, we probably can haul it in our fleet. We're always looking for the best. A lot of drivers come to Challenger saying, I'd really like to operate LCVs. If they're new drivers to us, well, put the time in, get the experience, and you'll definitely be able to. If you're an experienced driver and you want to, obviously step up to the challenge, we'd be more than happy to work with you to get you to the standard that you need to be when it comes to operating LCVs. I'm the training and development supervisor for Challenger Motor Freight. With that, I'm responsible for the professional development of all our drivers, including their training right from day one even to the experienced driver. Ultimately, it's about providing the tools and skill set to our drivers so they can get safe and efficient on the highway.
The LCVs came into Ontario here about 3 years ago now, and it was a trial project. We wanted to be involved in it right up front, and we were, with a lot of other carriers as well. There was 50 carriers that started off the program in Ontario, and we wanted to make sure we were on kind of the leading edge of that rather than following it up after.
It's no longer a pilot project status, so it's an actual accepted means of transportation. It's highly regulated, highly controlled, but basically it's going down the road with two 53-foot trailers coupled in the middle and moving the freight efficiently.
There's minimum requirements in Ontario and Quebec as well as out west. They vary slightly, but essentially the drivers have to have a certain amount of experience. In Ontario here it's 5 years. They need to have relatively clear abstracts as far as driving record goes, and we prefer them to be accident-free as well. Our criteria is that our guys would be accident-free, 5 years plus, no convictions on their driving record, and then they have to go through the LCV training program, which is right now in Ontario, it would take us probably 3 to 4 days to actually put a driver through the whole program, including their road time and that sort of thing with the instructor.
They drive at a reduced rate of speed on the highways. They only travel at 90 kilometers per hour. We're only allowed on 4-lane highways. And even then, even though we're allowed on the 4-lane highways, where we get off the highway and back onto the highway, we have to do engineering studies to ensure that these vehicles can navigate and get around with traffic and those type of things. It's a good thing because there are quite a few off-ramps in the Ontario highway system that we just wouldn't support long combination vehicles. We are allowed to haul 63,500 kilograms. The overall length of the unit cannot exceed 132.5 feet in length. And there's a lot of regulations involved with respect to the equipment. They have to have a basic minimum horsepower. They have to have electronic stability control. You have to have ABS, special mud flaps, electronic onboard data recording, so that we can indicate to them any time of the day where the unit is, what the speed it is, and what day it is.
The regulations or the policies that say they have to have a certain amount of experience, they have to meet a training requirement, but these are typically already some of the best drivers on the road, so I think, going forward we could probably relax that somewhat to make it a little better business model.
Call us, email us, send us a picture of your truck, and it might be on national TV. Old trucks, new trucks, dirty trucks, clean trucks. We all take pride in our rides. Next week on Trucker Television, more cool rigs, legends of the roads, and different kinds of trucking. Gonna be pretty to watch. Oh yeah, always remember, watch for the brake checks. Safety first. Trucker Television is brought to you by Challenger Motor Freight. We lead by example. Hiring drivers now. Yankee Transfer. We want you in the driver's seat. Tiger Tools. Specialized tools since 1984.